Welcome back. This is episode 2 of our series on generative models. Last time we learned how models create images. Today we learn how to control them. How does typing a sentence give a picture, and how can one model understand both words and images? Let us find out with simple words and real code. You type a sentence. A few seconds later, a picture appears, a picture that never existed before. You didn't draw it, no camera took it, you just described it, and the computer made it. This is text to image. By end of this video, you'll know how it works and you'll learn 3 ways to control it. Quick recap. Last episode, we saw how models create images, GANs, VAEs, and diffusion. But a model that makes random images is not very useful. The real power is control. You want the picture, you have it in your head. So today we cover 3 ways to get it. Part A, text to image, describe it in words. Part B, image to image, start from a picture. Part C, multimodal AI, mix words and images together. First key idea, to turn words into pictures, a model needs both to live in same place. Think of a big space, every idea is a spot. The words a red bicycle land at one spot. A photo of red bicycle lands at same spot. They match. A photo of banana lands far away. So the model can tell what fits your words and what doesn't. This shade space is the whole trick. Let us start with part A, text to image. You type a description, you get a picture. Here is what happens in between. The steps are simple. First, your prompt goes into a text encoder. It turns your words into a meaning. Then that meaning guides diffusion model. Remember diffusion from last time? It starts with noise and cleans it up. But now it is not random. Your words steer every step. The result is a picture that matches what you asked for. There is one important dial. It is called guidance. It sets how closely the model follows your words. Turn it low. The model gets creative. It may drift from your prompt. Turn it high. It sticks closely. But too high can look stiff or overbaked. The sweet spot is usual in the middle. Enough to follow you, but still natural. How do you write the prompt really matters? A few simple rules help. First, name the subject. A red box beats an animal. Second, add the style like watercolor, photo, or 3D render. Third, set the scene, the lighting, the place, the mood. Fourth, add few details, but don't pile on too many. Keep it clear, put it together, and you get something like this. A red box reading a book by candlelight, cozy watercolor, warm colors. Here it is in code. We load a ready-made model. We write our prompt. We set the guidance scale. That is the dial we just talked about. We pick how many steps to take. Then the model makes the image and saves it. This is the whole thing, and it runs on pre-cloud GPU. Now part B, image to image. Sometimes you don't start from scratch. You already have a picture, maybe a photo, maybe a rough sketch. Image to image lets you change it. The idea builds on what we know. Normally we start from pure noise. This time we start from your image. We add some noise to it, not all the way, just part way. Then we denoise it, guided by your prompt. There is a knob called strength. Low strength keeps it close to your original. High strength changes a lot. You choose how far to go. This unlocks some fun tricks. Inpainting, erase part of an image and fill it with something new, like removing a person from a photo. Outpainting, extend a picture beyond its edges. Sketch to image, turn a rough drawing into a finished picture. And restyle, keep the changes but change the whole look. Same tool, 4 different jobs. Here is image to image in code. It is almost same as before. We load the model, we open our input image, we give a prompt, and we set the strength. 0 keeps the input, 1 changes it fully, then we get our new image, 1 extra input and a whole new power. Now part C, multimodal AI. So far, what's made images, multimodal model go one step further. They handle more than one kind of input at once. What does multimodal mean? Simple. One model that understands different kinds of input together, like an image and a question at the same time. You show it a photo and you ask, what is this? And it answers, a cat and a red sofa. It reads the image and words together, one model, many senses. This unlocks a lot. You can describe a photo, ask what is in this picture, and get a caption. You can answer questions about an image like how many people are there. You can read documents, pull facts from a form or a chart, and some models go further. They can hear and speak too. These are the tools quietly powering a lot of apps you already use. Here is multimodal in code. We load a vision language model, we give it an image, and it returns words, a short caption that describes the picture. Notice this is the reverse of text to image. There, words went in and an image came out. Here, an image goes in and words come out. Same simple idea. Flip. Let us bring the three together. Text to image, you give it words, you get a new image. Image to image, you give it a picture and words, you get a changed image. Multimodal, you give it an image and a question, you get an answer in words. Each one has a key control, guidance, strength, and the prompt you ask. Pause here and save this slide. One honest note before we finish, these tools are powerful and they're easy to misuse. Fake images can fool people. Many models learn from other people's art and data. So check the license before you sell anything you make. A simple rule keeps you safe. Create, don't deceive. So what you can do now? You can explain how words turn into pictures. You can control how literal the model is with guidance. You can edit and restyle images with image to image, and you can describe what multimodal AI is. You can even write better prompts. Next time in episode 3, we get a practical real case study how marketing team use generative AI, the wins and the pitfalls. If this helped, give it a like and subscribe and tell me in the comments what will you create first. See you in episode 3.